I know my track record with the city of Boulder and parking tickets hasn't been very great.
We are back on the record, calling the matter of Katie Mergley, I think it is.
Hi.
Hi there.
Yes.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, ma'am. Katie
Oh,
Meggerly.
all right, Meg. Okay. I'm just looking at your file really quick. Give me a moment to do that. And then I will hear from you with regard to whatever you want to tell me. Give me just a moment. There's a lot here to look through. So, all right, Miss Meggerly, what would you like to tell me about your situation?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here today. So about a month, maybe a month and a half ago, I received a letter about some outstanding parking tickets that occurred back in 2023, about, yeah, middle of 2023. Um, I received this letter and opened it and was shocked by it. I knew that I did have a couple of outstanding parking tickets back at the time. I did not realize that it was to this extent. I know back then I definitely did not prioritize them the way I should have, and I understand that was a definite mistake on my part and to let it get to this point. Um, and it took me a really long time to address this matter. I was kind of struggling financially and had some personal instabilities and, just working three jobs, trying to balance it. But more recently, I'm trying to change my life around. I'm going back to school. I've moved back in with my parents just because, the financial struggles were really catching up to me. I know that I saved some of these parking tickets at the time and I kind of put them aside and kind of forgot about it. Didn't have the funds to pay them. Tried to. I know my track record with the city of Boulder and parking tickets hasn't been very great. But every time this happens, or every time all of this piles on me and I'm not focusing on it, not taking care of it, I try to come in. I understand that this is a problem, and, I'm just here today. I've tried to meet with you guys for over a month. My work schedule, my school schedule, it's been really hard for me to try to find a time to come in and meet with you. Um, but yeah, I'm just here today to kind of address this. I'm absolutely taking full responsibility for this, is me disregarding, not making the time or the effort to pay these tickets. And I am looking at this paper and it's just, yeah, it's a lot. And I know my late fees were just stacking up, and I really had no idea until recently. I was like, wow, this was back in 2023. It's been a really long time. This is the first letter I've gotten letting me know that it's actually gotten this bad. So, I'm just here to, take responsibility and be held accountable. I really want to make this right with the city. Um, my car is very important to me at the moment. I go to school down in Denver. I live in Boulder with my parents, so I know that my car has been on the tow list. I was into the office and spoke to the gentleman who worked at the parking ticket desk. Um, he did take a couple of tickets off for me when I was living up at Pine Street. One of them he took off. I parked super quick to run inside, change, and run back to my other job. Um, I know there was another one on there. I did have a parking permit for Pine Street. However, in the in the time of when I was living there, my mom actually sold me the car, so my license plate changed. Um, and I did not take the steps to change that on to my parking profile with the city of Boulder. And still, I have yet to come in and show him. It's been very busy for me starting school, just kind of getting on this new path. And so, you know, I'm here and, I'd really like to pay my debts. At the moment, I have about $200 available. I know that this fine is pretty hefty, but I'd like to at least set up a payment plan or something to get this right now that the car is in my name and it is super, super important for me to just kind of my day-to-days today. So,
Okay. So a couple of things that you mentioned, and I realized you can't see what I'm doing. I was taking notes, which
mm,
it looked like I wasn't paying attention to perhaps, but I was. So you mentioned that you are no longer living on the hill. You're living with your parents. Where are you living?
I live in South Boulder now.
Okay.
hmm Yeah, a majority of these tickets that I'm looking at in 2023, um, when I was speaking to the guy at the counter, I was wondering, I was like, where did these tickets occur? I know one of them, like the Whittier area, but up on the hill, during that time, I was taking a class at CU. I was working up on the hill. I was on the hill pretty regularly. But yeah, I did not realize that it came to this point. I remember receiving a few tickets, setting them aside in my car, but yeah, mhm.
Okay. So not, and you're not living in a parking zone of any sort right now. Where in South Boulder are you?
South Boulder, up in the Devil's Thumb area. I
Okay.
just moved out of my apartment up on Pine Street about a month ago, so very recently.
Okay.
Um,
So
mm,
not somewhere where parking's not an issue.
yes, ma'am.
And it doesn't sound like you're going to the hill very much anymore. Okay. And just for the record, I'm going to have you say that out loud now.
Yes, I am not going to the hill anymore.
All right. Because we have a couple of goals. One, we want to see the city get paid what it's owed. Two, we want to make sure that this doesn't keep happening. And I hear you saying that a lot was going on and that you had two jobs and um, that kind of thing, that you were busy, but everybody's busy. And lots of people have multiple jobs. I mean, the other thing is the tickets that I'm seeing aren't for not paying for parking, it's for overtime at a parking, like it was paid and you stayed too long.
Mhm.
You have to understand if you don't pay for your parking like you're supposed to. And now these days, it's so easy with the parking app. If your parking's running out, you can just add more time. So when did you call and talk to somebody? You said the guy at the ticket counter. When did you talk to them?
Um, there should have been a note left. I can't say the date for sure. There should have been a note left to where my car was on the tow list. And then when I came in and spoke to him, he made a note under my license plate to not tow my car until I had a chance to speak with the judge. Since then, I've called pretty much every week, almost 3 times a day, trying to figure out when I could either come in, join the Zoom call, every time there was a scheduled time I was in school or I was working or something changed and the court got canceled. I know I called about 2 weeks ago and I'm not sure who it was, but the judge was out of town for like a week and a half, and I wasn't able to speak with anyone there. And so I called back and I was, worried still living it down on Pearl Street. Like I didn't want my car to get towed and came back in, tried to have another note put in there until I got to speak with the judge until someone was back. It's been really back and forth. I've had a lot of struggles just trying to figure this out and finding a time
And
to.
I hear you. I hear you saying you're financially struggling, but that's all the more reason not to overstay your time at a meter because it costs a lot less to pay a few dollars for the meter than it does to pay for a ticket. And then if you're not dealing with the ticket, the late fees on that ticket, looks like a couple of your tickets have been sent to collections, which is not good for the old credit rating. which is really not good for somebody your age. You know, like I said, you did also mention that you had some of these tickets voided when you spoke to the guy at the counter. So you've already gotten some relief from this. What, you know, I'm interested in doing is, with your commitment to me that you're not going to get any more tickets, I'm going to give you a little more relief in terms of I will waive something. I haven't decided yet what. But as far as the rest of it goes, what we need to do is, you know, get the stuff paid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hearing you tell me you can pay $200 today. And then what you'll have to do, we don't have payment plans because it is too hard to administer. We have very small staff, and trying to administer all the people who want time to pay, excuse me, on payment plans is difficult. So what we do is we give you a do not tow. We'll put that in your file, and you have to come back and see us and make some more payment before we will extend it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where are you working now?
Currently I'm looking for a job. I started school about a month and a half ago. I go 5 days a week from 8 to 5. So it's a busy schedule. It's been kind of hard to find a job that works with it, or it can only hire someone for 2 days a week or at night. So still in the process of figuring that out, but
Unfortunately, we're at the time of the year when, you know, there's all the retail places are hiring extra people for the holidays. And I know your mom's been very involved. Is something your mom can help you out with?
hopefully.
Okay. All right. So let's do this. With your $200 payment, I'm going to waive one more ticket for you. The oldest one in the system, which is from April 4th of 2023.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
You are welcome. And then, so that's with the $200 payment today. So that's going to leave you of a balance, let's see, 910 minus 200, about $710. And I hear you that you're looking for a job, but this is how it's going to have to work. You do owe the city money. You are responsible for this. You know that. You've told me that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to have you back in, and you know how we generally do it is with a significant payment. The judge, and I'm not always the judge for this, but with a significant payment, often the judge is willing to waive another ticket, that sort of thing. So we're, you know, going to make you come back until it's paid.
Mm-hmm.
For the moment, I will add an order to the file not to tow you for another month. You have to come back and see me before the 21st or by the 21st of November.
Yes, ma'am.
Because the date do not tow until the 22nd. The tow date is always on a Saturday.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put that note in your file.
Thank you.
And I'll do it after court today, or after court this morning. I've got a few other people who want their cases looked at. But you'll be on the do not tow list on the 22nd. But again, we need to see you back here with a payment. And actually, they could, if you made a significant payment over the phone, they could extend it some. But in order to extend it longer than a week or two, you actually need to come back and see a judge.
Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right. We will look forward to seeing you soon, and good luck to you.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Miss Meggerly, I see that you're on the line.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hi.
So let me pull your case up. And I saw it in here somewhere, but I lost it, that a payment was made.
Yes, last Thursday or Friday. I can't remember.
Okay, it looks like your mom came in and paid.
Yes, she did. Well, on my behalf.
Understood.
Because I was in school.
Understood, but a payment was made.
Yes.
I'm not particular about who makes the payment, quite frankly. Again, as you know, what we want to see is we want to see this get paid down. All right, so, and you had a do not tow from me until tomorrow.
Today. Oh, yeah.
It's tomorrow. It's always on Saturday. So with that payment, I am willing to extend your do not tow sum. But when are you going to be able to make the next payment?
Well, currently at the moment, I'm still looking for jobs. I've had a couple interviews yesterday because it's my only day off from school. I have a couple around town at some other restaurants along Pearl Street, but at the moment, I've been picking up some babysitting jobs here and there for some families I know. So right now, well, I'm down in Denver. Otherwise, I would come in and make a cash payment today, but I'm not off of school until 5.
Understood.
And then next Monday, same situation. I leave Boulder around 6 o'clock in the morning and don't get home until around 6. So Tuesday, however, I am off. And I was wondering if I could possibly come to the counter next Tuesday, I think, which is let me see, the 25th, if I could come in and make that next cash payment then.
That would be fine with me. And how much are we looking at getting?
Hopefully 100 to 150 this time.
That's great. All right, so I'm going to extend your do not tow. And what was that date again? 12/6?
Yeah.
So we'll see that payment coming. I'm doing that based on the $50 that your mom paid on your behalf. And then with a significant payment, and obviously the more significant the payment, the longer period of time I'm willing to extend it. But you're going to need to reappear, and it'll be the same link. And you'll need to appear on December the 5th at 1:30, and we'll look at how much you've paid then. You know, we'll talk again about, you know, when you can potentially make your next payment, and we'll go from there.
Okay. And if I'm able to, within the timeline between next week and the 5th, can I come in and make more payments, or should I wait until I speak to you on the 5th?
No. You can certainly make more payments.
Okay.
When you come in to make a cash payment, have them come and contact me.
Okay.
Next Tuesday, I will be in a car, but somebody will be able to contact me. And if they let me know how much you paid, I can authorize the do not tow to be extended at that time. Yeah, but at the very least, something needs to happen by December 5th in terms of an extension, whether you come to see me or whether you're paying more just by cash on other days of the week. All right, so you are set for the moment.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We'll get you extended with a payment. Again, how long that is depends on how much you pay.
Right.
Okay?
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Have a good day. And don't lose the link.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care.